the star and co-directors of the film Woodshock, Kirsten Dunst, Kate Malibi, and Laura Malibi. Thanks for stopping by, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Entering into the film world can be a totally different journey. What was it like for you two collaborating on something like your first film project?
Well, the film deals with very serious subject matter because it's a psychological journey, and I think a very existential film. It's about a quest to understand yourself, I think, in the greater context of kind of the natural world and maybe things about humanity through a specific character. But that being said, Laura and I and Kirsten all had so much fun making it. I mean, I think Kirsten had the hardest job in the sense that she has to emotionally access this character and bring so much to life on screen that's much more about abstract emotions.
You know, marijuana figures prominently in this story, but it's no Pineapple Express. I mean, this is not it's not a stoner flick at all. There's some very heavy themes that are tackled, particularly euthanasia. Kirsten, what made you want to be a part of this project?
Well, for me, I've known Laura and Kate now for 11 years, and I was the first actress to ever wear their clothing. So we've had like a bond and a sisterly bond for such a long time, and going and experiencing their fashion shows always felt like stories to me. And I knew that, you know, they really have their own lane artistically in this world, and I knew that Laura and Kate, it was such a natural thing for me that they would direct.
I hadn't heard of the term Woodshock until I started researching this project. Had you been familiar with this term before?
Actually, when we had written the script, or maybe we had gotten about halfway through, is when we were kind of discussing the idea of disorientation in the woods, and one day it kind of came up in our own research, and we realized, oh, this term is a perfect title for Teresa's experience. Even though they kind of came into our lives separately as ideas, they both happened simultaneously. So it was a perfect analogy for her mental journey, something that's so physical in a landscape of trees.
The film is a visual feast. Did your backgrounds in fashion in any way help inform what we saw on the screen?
I think our background, well, Kate and I studied English literature and art history in college at UC Berkeley, which is, you know, a very special place to study those things, and that taught us how to analyze imagery and words and to put meaning behind things. So we knew that in telling a stream of conscious narrative and in creating a mental landscape in this film, that we'd have to use image to convey meaning as well, not just dialogue or score. All these things needed to come together. And we wanted a world that would be just hers. So it needed to kind of transport you out of the normal reality of maybe what this town would be, which is in Humboldt County, and take you into the version of Teresa where, you know, there's no cell phones, but there is a medical marijuana dispensary which locates you in a current timeline. There's music from the 80s or 70s, and things were kind of timeless. So all of those choices visually and sonically kind of transport you. And you know, it's so amazing because Kirsten's such an incredible emotional vessel. So I always think that her performance plus, you know, being in this new world allows someone to kind of do a lot of their own self-investigation. Hopefully you would watch the film and think about yourself and like how you relate to the world and the environment. Even the questions of, like, you know, of female body and violence and how these things are kind of navigated currently.
Now that you've starred in their film, Kirsten, do you get a discount on the clothing?
I get free clothing.
She
getting
just
a wedding
called
dress.
us. She's like, I saw this. And I was like, okay, it's in the mail.
No, I have.
Do you need anyone to cameo in your next film? We'll work for clothing.
You can give your address. I'm sure they'll say.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for being here. And Woodshock is in theaters everywhere September 22nd. Check it out.